years and 1 century ago on this date, March 20th, 1919, which was, if I counted correctly, exactly 19 weeks after World War I ended, the founder of this very group that is here today in 2021, Ruth Gambin, was born just after World War I, an astounding 102 years ago. And today is Ruth's 102nd birthday. And so I've written a little reminiscence of how I got to know Ruth and what she did for this group that is still in existence today, exactly on her birthday. On one Saturday in September 1996, a quarter century ago this September, I was on the line at the checkout counter on the first floor of the library when I overheard the woman ahead of me, asking where the poetry group was. After I checked my book out, I caught up to her and asked about the poetry group. I don't know who she was, but she bade me follow her, and there was Ruth conducting the meeting in front of the room. Unbeknownst to me, Ruth's poetry group had already been meeting for exactly 5 years. She started this group 30 years ago in September. I sat in on the session, not saying anything, to get a flavor of the tenor of the proceedings. Although I had long known that I couldn't write poems, I always liked poems. So at the end, I went up to Ruth and asked if it would be okay for a non-poet like me to attend the poetry sessions. Ruth said I would be entirely welcome. That was well over, or about 25 years ago. So here we are now in 2021, and the group Ruth founded all those years ago is still in robust existence. Just think, but for Ruth, we wouldn't be together here now. Most of us would never even have known each other. So we have a lot to be grateful for, to be grateful to Ruth for on her 102nd birthday. It is she whom we thank for steadfastly maintaining our group through its tentative formative days and overseeing its continuation over the years of great poems, marvelous creativity, some good friendships made and kept, and intelligent, engaging discussions. Speaking for one and all, a rousing thank you and warm congratulations to Ruth Gambin on her 102nd birthday.
Thank you, Fred. Now I'm going to call on Sheila. You have to unmute yourself, please.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ruthie. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, Sheila. Beautiful. Now I'm going to sing it to you in Yiddish. Zu dein Geburtstag, zu deinem Jontefreund, haben wir versammelt, deine gute Freund. Hurra, hurra, wir wünschen dir, hurra, hurra, wir wünschen dir gesund und Glück. Okay, Ruthie. Now I'm going to call on Elaine because Elaine has some.
Very disappointed that we couldn't all get together this year and have a big party for you at the Mirage. But unfortunately, the virus hasn't ended, and we're going to miss it. But I hope that you will enjoy this tape. I've been thinking about you all day, and I hope and pray that you'll hang in there, be tough. And maybe next year, God willing, we can make you a big 103rd birthday party at the Mirage or any place else you want. Now, I'm going to read you the letter that I wrote at your last party 2 years ago. You were born on the first day of spring, but it was snowing. This year, it snowed on the second day of spring. I wondered why, but I think I understand. Mother Nature was celebrating your birthday. Underneath the soft white snow of spring nestles flowers of many colors waiting to bloom. Crocuses, I remember how you loved crocuses. You wrote a poem about the crocuses. It was very beautiful. Crocuses, daffodils, and tulips are waiting for you to open your eyes, go outside and enjoy them. I hope you had your shots and you can go outside at least a little bit out in front of your building and see the beautiful flowers as they bloom. And through the years, you have loved nature. You have taught those of us who are fortunate enough to have known you to enjoy and treasure nature's wonders too. We will never forget your poems and stories about flowers, about life, and especially about your love of the Adirondacks and their beauty, and your beloved cat who you always took with you on your summer vacations, and he always found the correct right cabin and went right to your cabin when you let him out of the car. Although you have suffered many losses and hardships, you have always been tough and carried on. Now we all hope that you will continue to fight and to live. It does not matter to any of us whether you remember our names. Sometimes we forget our own names. As long as you remember that we are your friend. So Ruth, try and go out, enjoy the flowers of spring and summer that nature is about to bring us. There is so much beauty for all of us to enjoy and live for. With all my love, Elaine.
Great. Thank you, Elaine. I'm good. Okay. Now I'm going to call on Lillian to unmute.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I wish you many more birthdays. Happy birthday to you.
Great. Thank you. Is there anybody else that wants to say a few words? Go ahead.
Okay, dear Ruth, Jean and Raymond Jarena wish you a happy birthday today on your 102nd birthday. We think about you often. You were our first friend at the Quentin Road Senior Center. I hope I get invited to your birthday party next year. Love you and think about you.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Dear Ruth, I'm going to hang around as long as you do, so I'm depending on you. So stay healthy and happy. I wish you the very happiest of birthdays. Sally speaking.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Oh, that was very nice because I think Sally also goes way back with Ruth as you do, Marcia, right?
Right. Right. We go back a long time, maybe 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ruth, this is Fran Stein. Stay as elegant and beautiful and musical as you've always been. We all love you. Kiss, kiss.
Thank you.
Well, as I said, we have Ruth to thank for our even being able to say happy birthday to Ruth as a group. I think it's very unusual for a poetry group to have lasted as long as this has, through thick and thin and ups and downs. And there were many times, speaking of downs, there were many times I understand before I was a member, because I'm a newcomer after only 25 years, that it was kind of touch and go about whether the poetry group would last. But Ruth had the vision to see what this might turn out to be. And she had the energy to go ahead and make it work and get us into the library. And it was only after I took over for her that I found out how much was entailed and negotiating with the library and maintaining our welcome there, and the paperwork that had to be done, and just the coordination and the, as I say, the vision Ruth had for sustaining, starting and sustaining a heterogeneous group. It's not easy. Poets tend to be very strong-willed and strong-minded, but Ruth was able to hold us together despite the vicissitudes that occur in any human relationship. And, you know, she did it all. And again, unfortunately, we can't do it in person now, but we can say wholeheartedly and with great sincerity, fondness and love, thank you, Ruth, and all the best to you. You've really done something that is long-lasting, and certainly in the recollections of everyone who's been part of this, permanent. So thank you, Ruth, 102 years old. Thank you, Ruth.